Mahia turuko susho, mahia mai maturuko iwahi mama uye. I te rewa mawa ye wa sumama ye mawa returu. Ki amantiria waturu yasusho mahia waturukuma. Emeretereke susho kayuma eso shayuma turuko. Eyumaya ninyama nereturu. Arumake watereki asu. Impia heturu awasishu makuya teke waturu. Hia mahatere wasu mauretere wakuturu kayu matuya masu shemaya. Omiya matereku maya matereku kai katereke seshe. Ho seshe kate maya tuya mawa yetereku yamaya manure. Mama uya katere vayiku. Umasesh maya tehe. Thank you. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Anne Marie of the Art of Healing. I am in New York. I am back in my home. And I say that I come to you today with a great deal of an ego death, a confusion, let us say. Something I think a lot of us are going through. And of course, that's why I do what I do. If something I am encountering in my life is important, I seek counsel from Spirit, and my guidance comes through and offers counsel. So currently, I came here to my home in New York. And right off the bat, I wish to acknowledge that I am very blessed. I have worked very hard and manifested this home, this space. But at the same time, I can't call it my home because I don't live here at the moment. And this brings, I've been here, this is my second full day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my third full day. And from the moment I stepped into the house and I saw my puppies, I have been pondering how I feel like I'm nowhere. I don't have a home. And I'm coming under a great deal of identity crisis, like an identity crisis. I have no home. And I know I'm not alone. I know that I am not alone because a lot of people are called to move, to release, nomads. It's a part of the energies. So I live in Florida, but my house is not my own. The house belongs to my mother, and she is still very much, she makes it known this is my house. And I get that, and I understand, because I had her here for 3 years, and I used to negotiate with her, that this is my home, and whatever. And now I'm here in this beautiful home, this beautiful house, I should say. And it's not where I live. And I can't identify as being a teacher anymore because I'm on leave. So I've been talking with a few of my friends about this, what it could symbolize for me. And my friend Daniel said to me yesterday, it looks like you're going through an ego death. And in my head I'm going, I've already been through an ego death. I went through it to catalyze my awakening. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'm going through another ego death to catalyze another level of awakening. Seems to make sense, doesn't it? seems to make sense. It sucks. Psh, bar none. It's horrible. And I don't like to cry. I was talking with one of my friends, Antoinette, this morning. And why am I blocking the tears? And I think from the last ego death, I cried so much. I'm tired of crying. I don't want to cry ever again unless it's tears of joy. Ever. And that's how I feel. So, as I always do, I talk about what I'm going through. And understand, I thank you all so much for your support. And I thank you all for your prayers. But I'm a reflection of humanity. I'm a reflection of everything that's going on in the world. So humanity right now is going through an ego death. So I will accept whatever prayers and loving words you give me, but understand that this is for everyone. So I would like to call my guides. They're here, they just popped my ears, to give a little bit of counsel to me, to humanity, about this ego death. Okay. I am the one you know as Jesus. I am coming to counsel, my dear one, on this profound revelation for herself and this profound revelation for humanity. You are Christ-conscious beings. You are beings that embody the new earth, the new spirit of humanity. And one of the things that is the most difficult to break is this concept of material possessions giving you security. Material possessions being your identity. Material possessions offering you consolation for your efforts. Listen to the words this dear one said. I worked hard to make this home. Yes, she did. That is very, very true. But you are in a temporary environment. All things are temporary. Even if they're temporary for 1,000 years, they're still temporary. Because your soul is eternal. That is what is eternal. Not the walls you dwell within, not the bed you sleep on, not the jewelry you adorn yourself with. Those are trappings of the density. Those are the earthly things. Your soul is eternal. Our dear one is saying, she is saying in her head, so what about now? What about these emotions? What about the advice, the counsel for the now? When you understand that you are an eternal being, you are an eternal being that accessed this density through this experience at this time, you will begin to understand that all is as it should be. This is temporary. All things are temporary. What our dear one is experiencing is that identification with the temporary and not the identification with the eternal. She is not dwelling in the eternal. She is dwelling in the temporary, and that is bringing her difficulty. Upon this understanding, bringing into the divine now moment is all the more important. It is all the more profound to bring a sense of gratitude, a sense of impermanence, and a sense of wonder to this now moment. The lamentation of what is not in benefit, but the appreciation of what is divine. Appreciate what you have in the very instant moment that you experience it. Approach life with the eyes of a wondering child. The child has the ability to be completely in love with a toy, and then when introduced to another toy, be completely in love to the other toy. This is not to say that the material possession brings you the joy, but what we mean by this example is that attention is fleeting. Attention is in the moment, and this is what we wish to exemplify by this example. Not the material, although the material is a part of your experience, but each thing is replaceable from one to the other. So do not draw your identity from your attachments. Do not draw your identity from your possessions. Draw your identity from the knowledge that you are one with the Christ. You are one in this beautiful time to be a human. As difficult as these transitions may be, you are part of the new earth, the Christ consciousness that envelops and is descending upon humanity and is changing the hearts of humanity one by one by one. You group that resonate with this dear individual, understand that these are the truths. But upon consistent repetition and remembering, that is when this ego will be released. This dear individual is in a very fluctuating state, but you may take advice from this state, that there is nothing of permanence. When she lands here in this home, she is taken care of. When she lands in her other home, she is taken care of. She has love here, and she has love there. What bounty she has. Do not lament what is behind, but enjoy what is around. And with this era of communication, all is well. You are where you are for a very high purpose, dear ones. Do not lose sight of your high purpose. I am the one you know as Jesus. I am the representative of Christ consciousness that came to this earth so many years ago, and that is now awakening in the hearts of many, many, many around the globe. The spirit of oneness, the spirit of enlightenment, the spirit of God, of love, of indeed temporary existence. I was not a body. I was a spirit. You are not a body. You are a spirit. You are unique, as I was, that you identify this and you know this. You are the Christ. Dwell there. Inhabit that energy of love and oneness. And please, live in your one instant moment where all of the universe resides. We love you. We are Ra. We are the Ra Collective. We have chosen to now bring our perspective after our dear brother Jesus gave his profound wisdom of the consciousness of Christ, the Christ consciousness. As Ra, we embody this oneness. We embody this truth that all is one, that the earth reflects you in itself. So how you view yourself and how you view your earth affects and ripples throughout the cosmos. So as our dear one, our channel, reflects on the objects that she thinks she owns, that she thinks she created, we wish to point out that this is simply a fleeting illusion of matter. It is difficult for you in your current form to truly understand what it is that you are experiencing. And that is why we come to you in many different forms to explain the nature of your existence. But as to not confuse our dear one, and as not to muddy the waters, let us say, let us just keep it as pure and simple as the explanation of our brother Jesus. You are now, and now is all that matters. And now turns into now, turns into now, turns into now, and now is all there is. So the past is no longer now, and the future will be now. So what is there to truly concern yourself with? Do not get ahead of yourself. Be disciplined in how you view your world. Take care of what needs to be taken care of. Understand that you must maintain your vessel, your existence. These are all important. So yes, there is effort involved. There is planning involved. There is conscious awareness involved. You must keep yourself in a state of comfort. True, this is true. But do not attach your emotions to these things of comfort. do not identify yourself with these things of comfort. It does you no good. Interact with them in joy, in gratitude, in awe and awareness. The universe you inhabit, the universal energy of all that is benevolent and loving. You cannot garner sadness from anything that is benevolent and loving. You experience comfort from what is benevolent and loving. So indeed, look at yourself and make sure you are benevolent and loving to yourself. And in these times, be as peaceful and trusting as you can, because you are swimming in a very fast-moving river of energy. Things are in constant flux, and as you live in a co-creative universe, the energies that you put forth ripple throughout the cosmos. So we advise this dear one not to shed another tear, because what she is tapping into is a fear of ego, is a sadness of ego. That is not to mean that she is not genuinely sad when she leaves her son, her little animals, because these all bring her love and comfort. But trust that all will be well, and they are enriching her life, not deterring from it. We are Ra. We are the Ra Collective. We brought you the law of oneness. This parallels the law of the Christ, the consciousness of the Christ. We are one and the same. Be honorable to yourselves. Be honorable to all around you. Live a life of purpose, of intentional joy, intentional peace. Well, I'm not going to say a word. And I'll have to listen to this several times. I do feel better. I do feel better. It's the trusting part, you know. It's that trusting part. Namaste, my friends. Namaste. And please register for the next Q&A with the Rock Collective. I'll put the link in the description below. And thank you for being there for me. You are very important to me. Thank you for your support. I love you all.